In this session, we are going to focus on Python for loops. A for loop allows us to cycle through a sequence. The sequence can be numbers, letters, strings. It can be a lot of things. The good part about a for loop is how we can automate a repetitive function. In our IDE, we create a for loop by writing for. At this point, we need to define a temporary variable. It's temporary because the variable represents a different value each time our program iterates this for loop. Letter is the variable. N. Now we need to mention the sequence or collection. Let's use a string with Python tutorials. This code line states for each letter in Python tutorials, we are going to take some kind of action. The action we are going to take is print letter. Run, and we see Python tutorials with each letter on a separate line. That's how for loops work. The variable holds one letter at a time. The first iteration was P, and the second iteration was Y. Now, let's use a list. The list can be some names like Jane, Joe, John. Change letter to name. So the code says for each name in names, this will print each name. We see Jane, Joe, and John in the console. For numbers, our sequence can be 1, 2, 3. Run, and we see 1, 2, 3 in the console. However, the best way to iterate a group of numbers is to use the range function. Now, I'm going to change for name to for number and print number. The range function is more efficient because we may have a scenario that have way more than 3 numbers, like 100. When I hover range, the description shows return an object that produces a sequence of integers from start inclusive to stop exclusive. That means the range function would print up to 100, so it would not include 100. Run, and we see 99 as the stopping point with 0 as the starting point. So we see 0 all the way to 99. Recall how the description for range showed is start inclusive. We can add a number like 50 and a comma to start our sequence. Run, and now we see 50 at the starting point all the way to 99. There's one more feature I want to show you with the range function. It can also accept number of steps. So the step tells the compiler what number to increment and decrement. For example, if I write to increment or decrement, if I write 10 after 100, then the for loop will increment by 10. Run, and we see 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Do you know what the console will show if we count backwards by 10? First, we have to change 50 to 100. So our counter starts at 100, then stop at 50. Add a negative, so it executes backwards. We see 100, 90, 80, 70, and 60. It does not include 50 because 50 is exclusive. That's it for Python for loops. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next session.